Hello.
Hello there. Is that Avery Sunshine?
This is Avery Sunshine.
Wonderful. It's DJ Gloss from Sound Fusion Radio in London. How are you?
Hello, love. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Very well indeed. And
thank you.
So where do we where are you at the moment in the world? Where are you based?
I am in Atlanta, Georgia.
Wonderful. Oops.
Hello.
Hello, Avery. That was the quickest interview on record.
Please forgive me. I have to tell you something funny. I just got a new phone,
right.
And I decided I would use the headphones so I could multitask because I'm about to leave to go to Dallas from Atlanta. So I'm multitasking. I'm like, oh, I can do my nails and talk on the phone. And I went to turn it down, and I hung up on you. So please forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me.
Well, of course I do. What a wonderful story. How could I not forgive you? That's lovely.
Oh, thank you.
That's the nicest hanging up on I've ever had.
I like to hear that.
Wonderful. Well, at least you admitted it. Well, nobody else would.
Yes, my God.
Oh,
my God.
Wonderful. So you're in Atlanta, Georgia. Wonderful.
Yes.
And you're just about to go somewhere else, did you say?
Yeah, I'm headed to Dallas, Texas. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Essence magazine.
Yes, I am.
Here
yes.
In the States. Oh, well, great. They have a fest every year in New Orleans, and I'm actually one of the artists that's going to be doing. They call it the Road to Essence.
Ooh,
so
wow.
In cities across the country, they have me doing myself and a couple of other R&B musicians doing these little spot dates every Saturday.
Wonderful. Oh wow.
So yeah. So I was in. They did Atlanta a couple of weeks ago. Last week we were supposed to do Chicago, but I had the honor of performing in Holland, so I couldn't do the one last week.
Oh, wonderful.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's so. How long does it take to get to Dallas from Atlanta?
A flight about 2.5 to 3 hours.
Wow. So you're flying there? Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yes. Gotta fly.
Well, yeah. I mean, so it's a bit of a distance to drive, I would say.
Yes.
Yeah. Without a doubt. Yeah. No, you wouldn't want to be sitting on a Greyhound bus for that length of time, would you?
No. No, sir.
Wonderful. Do you mind if I start throwing a few questions at you, Avery, if that's okay?
Oh no, go ahead, because I think I've got another interview right at 11:30, and I think that's 4:30 your time.
Okay, righty-ho. So we better get some questions asked then. I was going to ask you sort of about the beginnings, really, Avery, about how you came to be in music and do it for a living and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, I started playing the piano at 8, and by the time I was 13, I was working at I had 4 different churches that I was playing for and directing choirs, and I'm not sure, I don't remember ever saying, I want a career in music. It just kind of happened. And I went to college, Spelman College in Atlanta, and same thing. I ended up directing choirs and playing for different churches, and I guess that would attract other musicians to me. And things are attracted to each other, and I found myself in the music industry here in Atlanta. And
Wow.
Before long, I was getting calls to do. To sing on soundtracks and you name it. And, you know what? Please forgive me. I've got to merge. This is my partner, Dana. He probably should be in this call. Do you mind me bringing him in? Because I think somebody else is trying to interview me right now.
No problem.
This is bonkers. I'm sorry, honey. Hold on, please.
No problem.
No, I hung up on him. I don't know how to do it. At any rate, he'll call me back. So I never imagined that I would. I'll tell you, I feel like my path was already laid out for me. I just had to be kind of obedient. Even in my mother, You know, anything I asked to do musically, there was never, oh, well, no, you can't do that. My parents were always so supportive.
Wonderful.
And so I found myself kind of just in the industry without, like I said, without ever even, you know, dreaming about, oh, I'd love to be an artist. I never thought that.
Wonderful.
Never, ever, ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you were growing up, who were the bands you were listening to? Who were your musical idols?
Oh, wow. I was listening to Earth, Wind and Fire. My brother, you know, was a wannabe bass player. So
Wonderful.
he would listen to Heat Waves and Brothers Johnson and, oh, my God, you name it, The Whispers, Patti LaBelle. And then once my brother went off to the military,
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to everything from, you know, and I'm an MTV baby.
Right.
So I
yeah.
watched, you know, all the videos were, I mean, Aha, you name it, Duran Duran, The Who, you know, Cyndi Lauper and Madonna.
Wonderful,
you know, so,
mixture. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. And of course, Michael Jackson, you know, and Whitney Houston, of course, you know.
Good. Well,
Yeah.
you know, with your brother's list as well. I mean, I think I know your brother actually because he listens to all the music I used to listen to. You know, just a lovely list there, Avery. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you remember your first ever performance in front of an audience?
Oh God, my first, yes, first performance as just me. I was, oh wow, I sang, if I'm right, Silent Night.
Wonderful.
I think I was, but I was in elementary school. I think I was 7. Yeah, and I just did the first. I think I did the first verse. That's all, you know, Silent Night. And that was it. And then they had somebody else come in. You know, that was it. That was it.
That's really, really great. Thank you for sharing that with us.
They never asked me. I was going to say they never asked me to sing again, but I did try that one time.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. So you kind of sort of the music industry came and found you rather than you finding it. That's great. Thanks for sharing that with us. It's lovely.
Yeah. Absolutely,
that's great, and of course you've been very, very busy of late, and you got a visit coming to the UK as well very soon, haven't you?
Yes, looking forward to it. I can't wait, and I think this will be the first time at Islington.
Yes,
Assembly Hall.
Yeah, the Assembly Hall. So, what have you? Can you share with us some of the things that we can be looking forward to in June when you come to the UK?
Absolutely. Well, definitely the new music, and I'm so excited to share the new music with my London family. A more, I don't want to call it a more mature me, but I would definitely say a more confident and comfortable me musically.
Yeah.
Musically, you know, the first album for me was. It was a trial, you know, more for me and less for Dana, my writing partner. You know, he had done this thing before. He was familiar with this whole industry, album making kind of thing. That stuff was all new for me.
Yes.
And it's new, and I say new for me as an artist. And so that first record was, let's see what happens. If people like it, then, you know, but hey, you know, whatever. And it caught on. It was good. I'm like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually surreal. I felt like I was, you know, outside of myself looking at this stuff happen. Like, this is unbelievable. There are people who really like this. They want to hear me sing. They want to hear the songs that Dana and I create. This is amazing. So this time around, I'm owning that. And I really was intentional about really allowing my musicality to shine, and not kind of just going with, you know, whatever. And there's still very much the presence of whatever we're inspired by. We're going to let that come out. Definitely that's definitely existent in the music. However, it's still a little bit more controlled. I am deciding to sing. This is trying to be more intentional about what I sing, more intentional about what I play and how I play, and really intentional about leaving these moments in history, because that's these snapshots, making sure it's almost, I can equate it to somebody taking a picture of you and you're not ready for it. That's how the first album was for me. Now this album right here is kind of, I know that they're taking a picture, so I'm going to pose just a little bit, not too much, but I'm going to pose. So I'm more prepared. That's what it feels like. You know what I mean? Wonderful. And much more confident in being an artist and a composer. Much more confident in that.
That's absolutely lovely. Oh, well, thank you. That's great. Thanks for sharing that. Now you're described as having a jazzy gospel voice that could loosen bricks from their mortar. What do you think of that statement? Listen, that was the best. I almost had to turn to somebody and say, "Who are they talking about?" Because that's the best description I've ever heard. That's the best. They can't be talking about me. No, but it's an honor. It's an honor to have someone experience your gift and respond in that way. Because this gift I have, I didn't make it. I was born with it. So I can't really take credit for it. So to hear people say that, it's like, wow. I'm humbled by it. I'm humbled by it. I absolutely am. And they go on to say that you're an energetic, irrepressible, funny live performer. And even in this interview, I can hear some of that. That's wonderful. Wow. I can't wait to come and see you live, actually. That's fantastic.
I'm looking forward to it.
That's really lovely. And I was going to ask you if you could tell us more about where to find you on the internet, about your social media, that kind of thing, to kind of, so our listeners can find more about you.
Yes, please, AverySunshine.com, my website, or I have an app, Avery Sunshine, on the Droid or for the iPhone. It's free app, Avery Sunshine. And definitely Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, those are the top three for me. Any more than that, then I get kind of confused. I'm going to have my daughter help me with the rest of that. I tried to do Pinterest, but I can't keep up. I feel like I'm not smart enough to do it. It's like it's confusing for me. But I'm working on it, though. By the end of the year, I'm going to have Pinterest down. But definitely, and it's me working all of my all of the social networks, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I have a YouTube channel, Avery Sunshine, and please reach out to me. I will respond. It might take a minute, but I will respond. Oh. And it's a huge part of, for me today, it's a huge part of being an artist. The days for me, the days I think of being the mysterious kind of, behind the curtain kind of artist, those days are over. Mm-hmm. I think it's, again, especially for the independent artists, we are our own best commercials.
Yes.
So you have to talk to people. You've got to be in contact with the people who you want to support you. You just do. And I found that it is that's been one of the easiest and one of the highlights of being an artist. Being able to deal directly with the people. Sometimes it gets a little special. I was telling somebody the other day. Someone put on Instagram, or it was on Facebook. They were tired of seeing. They play my video on VH1 Soul here in the States, and they were playing it a lot. And I'm so grateful. And somebody
Wonderful.
Put on, they were like, "If we see Avery's bald head one more time, I'm going to scream." It was hilarious.
Oh,
so that's when. That's when, the social network is kind of like, okay, I've had enough. But those are few and far between, so we ignore those, we ignore those.
Thank you for sharing that one. That's great.
You're welcome.
So I mean, obviously you're very busy, sort of out and about, and flying across across the pond as well as across the USA and so on. But so what are you working on, sort of recording wise? Are you looking at any sort of further releases, any singles, EPs?
Yes.
What's in mind there?
Yes, we've got some stuff that has not been released that we're going to release soon, some videos that we're working on. I can't say who we're doing a collab with yet because I want it to be great first.
Mm-hmm.
And once it's great, then we'll tell everybody about it. But I'm sure it's going to be absolutely amazing. So that's something that we're actually going into the studio in 2 weeks to record with this amazing artist. So so as soon as that's done and all that, we'll make sure that we make an announcement. I'm really excited about that.
Wonderful.
But other than doing the videos and doing some more recording, I'm hoping to break into television. I want to be a sitcom star.
A sitcom
I know that sounds
star.
crazy.
I like it.
I want to be a sitcom star. I do, and just crack jokes and be me on TV.
Well, I've got to ask this question then. I've really got to ask this question. If you were a sitcom star, what character would you be? What would your character be like?
It would be me. She would be nuts. She would be a single mom,
right?
Who lives with her parents. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Single mother whose parents live with her.
I get it, yeah.
And with 2 kids and a dog and a bunch of extended family who's always at the house. And it would just be non-stop excitement. And that's my real life.
I was going to say, are we describing something here?
Oh my God, it's my real life. My dad is downstairs right now. Like when I'm doing interviews, I have to say, listen, I'm upstairs doing an interview, so don't call me. And sometimes the interviewers can hear me in the background, Denise, because my name's Denise. Mm-hmm. Denise. And I said, I know I told them I was doing an interview, but they don't care. Daddy just wants me to, turn on Bravo and see what that girl, just anything, just anything, But I'm grateful to have my parents. My father is 74, my mother's 76.
Bless.
And I'm grateful to have them. I am.
Oh, that's absolutely lovely. Oh, dear. Well, that's a great description, and it had me laughing anyway. That's wonderful, and description of real life. And so and then sort of going forward from now, then Avery, what sort of intentions apart from your sitcom, which we've covered? Where do you see things sort of going after that? I mean, movies and that kind of thing?
Oh, absolutely. I would love to. I'd love to, I'd love to score movies. I'd love to work with an orchestra. Just anything that musically that I have not done, I would absolutely love to do. And I know that's so broad, but it's the truth. I found myself doing so many things even now that I would have never imagined before. I absolutely would. Anything having to do with music, I'd love to explore. And something very, very kind of short term or short list. My children are amazing musicians, and they're really blowing my mind. My daughter is 14, and she's a trumpeter as well as a pianist and composer, blowing my mind. Just crazy. My son is a drummer and a saxophonist. So, in very short order, I would love to do something with them. And so hopefully we'll work on something this year.
Well, it's sort of an Avery Sunshine family sort of thing.
Yes.
That sounds good.
Avery and the Baby Sunshines.
Avery and the Baby Sunshines. That sounds really great. That sounds like a Motown act, actually, doesn't it?
How about that?
Yeah.
Yes, I like that. There
you go. Yeah, with tunes written for you by Stevie Wonder. That would be quite good too.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that?
I can imagine anything.
Man. Woo! Yes.
There you go. Oh, wonderful. No, that's all good fun. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. And thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me and interview me. It means a lot. It absolutely does. I appreciate your support.
Well, we appreciate what you do. We love your music, and we're looking forward to featuring you. We're looking forward to coming and seeing you as well when you come to the UK. That'll be absolutely brilliant. And if I get 5 minutes, I'll come over and say hi and introduce myself to you. And you can say, I don't know him. And
Gloss, please do. Please do.
Love to. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, just as a last thing then, really, Avery, if there's anything you'd like to say to your listeners on Sound Fusion Radio, we are a UK-based station, but we do broadcast to the world. So
awesome.
If there's anything you'd like to say.
I would like to say, keep listening to Sound Fusion Radio, and when we've all been called to shine. So do just that. Shine. And it's so simple, but it is absolutely that thing that you were created to do that, and that's how you shine.
That's absolutely wonderful. And what wise and beautiful words those are. Absolutely lovely.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Oh, bless you.
And
Thank you so much, DJ Gloss. You make me feel good. You make me feel like a celebrity.
Well, because you are one.
Love it. Wow.
You are a celebrity. Well, you are to me anyway.
Thank you.
It's been absolutely wonderful speaking to you, and you have an absolutely blessed and beautiful rest of your day. I hope your trip it goes really well, and we'll speak to you very, very soon.
Thank you, my love. Same to you. You take care, okay?
You take care. Have a beautiful day.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Too. Bye-bye.
Bye.